I'm having a hard time already a long time with this question about seeking, because I also realize that the seeking itself is like a hindrance on the way. That was the first question just now about seeking. And if I take your answer now about the feelings, about the bad feelings, can I project this answer or use this answer also about seeking the truth? For example, if there's an urge in me to also a big love to seek for the truth, and I try everything to come closer to the truth, to realize that I'm not a separate being, and I do all what I am able to do with my mind and my spirit and my feelings, my love, and I watch the videos to understand, and if I cannot understand it through the videos, or if the mind has found all answers from the videos, and still I'm feeling like a separate being,
then come on a retreat.
Then I come on a retreat,
yeah.
Yes.
So that's what you've done.
Yeah. But it is all a form of seeking.
Yes, but don't disparage seeking. So I'm not suggesting that that's what you're doing, but be very be wary of preventing yourself from undergoing an intelligent investigation into the nature of yourself through adopting some superficial line of so-called non-dual reasoning. There's nobody here, there's nothing to do. Give up the search. Only give up the search when you have reached full satisfaction. In fact, if you have reached full satisfaction, by definition, there will be nothing to search. When you are fully satisfied in life, by definition, you are no longer searching. So the search comes naturally to an end when we are fully satisfied. When you are with your sweetheart, are you searching anymore? No. You're fully satisfied. But when you are not with your sweetheart, you are searching. So let the search come naturally to an end when you are fully satisfied. And when I say fully satisfied, I don't mean just intellectually satisfied. I mean satisfied at all levels of your being. The way you think, the way you feel, your activities, your relationships. And if you don't feel fully satisfied, don't feel that it's a failure, but allow your dissatisfaction to encourage you to seek, or let's call it inquiring rather than seeking, to inquire intelligently, as you are doing already, into your experience.
So you say it's enough to realize that I am already the one, what I'm looking for, what I'm searching for. But what is this I am? Is this that what does it contain everything I feel, see, and realize about myself right now?
Sorry, does what contain everything you...
You said it is enough to get quiet. It's enough to realize that what I'm looking for, I am already.
Yes, that what you are looking for is happiness. Yes? Mm-hmm. There's nothing greater to seek than happiness. So to recognize that happiness is the nature of yourself. If you realize I am the peace or the happiness that I seek, then by definition you would cease seeking happiness.
But first I must see it.
First you must see it, and in order to see it, you must investigate who you are. You must find out, who am I really?
And is it through questioning the qualities of awareness that I find out that I'm happiness?
Questioning the nature of awareness, yes. So the first step is recognizing I am awareness. I am that which is aware of my experience. I thought I was a collection of thoughts, feelings, sensations and perceptions. Now I realize that I am that which is aware of them. I am not my thoughts. My thoughts are continuously coming and going, but I remain behind. I am aware of them. Same with my feelings. I used to think that I was a bundle of feelings. But my feelings are always coming and going. But I don't feel that I am coming and going. I remain present all the time. I, awareness, remain present all the time, aware of this flow of feelings.
So
we first establish I am awareness.
I'm absolutely certain about it that I am awareness.
Okay, and
but
then
I'm still not happy.
Okay, well then
all the time.
Contemplate the nature of awareness. Discover that awareness's nature is to be it is inherently peaceful.
Is this a kind of seeing?
Yes, you could say it was a seeing or understanding, but when I mean understanding, I don't mean intellectual understanding. In fact, understanding is never intellectual. I mean, it's a clear seeing. What you essentially are is peace itself. The nature of awareness is imperturbable peace. Just like we couldn't disturb the space in this room.
What question could help me to get from the feeling that I know already that I'm awareness to the feeling that I know that I, awareness, am happiness?
Okay, you could ask this question. Do I, awareness, need anything from experience? Or, in this moment, am I, awareness, incomplete? Or, in this moment, is there anything in experience that could diminish my fullness? Or is there anything in experience that could disturb my innate peace? All of these questions will take you deeper into the experience of being aware. They'll take you deeper into the nature of awareness. But don't expect the final answer just to come as a yes or a no, and that's it. It's more, these questions will encourage the mind to sink deeper and deeper into its essence of awareness. And the qualities of awareness then begin to emerge in our experience. The innate peace of awareness begins to make its presence felt in our life. So don't just expect a yes or a no answer to these questions. Contemplate awareness until its innate qualities of peace and fulfillment come to you. They emerge in your experience.
So it's not like a static questioning myself, for example, like what Ramana Maharshi suggested, to ask myself, who am I, who am I, who am I, even though I go deeply into it.
Ramana Maharshi never recommended asking, who am I, who am I, who am I. That was a misunderstanding of his later commentators. He recommended simply asking oneself the question once. What am I? Or All these questions that I have just given you are variations on Ramana Maharshi's question. They are contemporary versions of the same question, but they are contemporary versions of the question that are uniquely tailored to your particular question. They're not just a standard, who am I, out of the textbook. So I have tailored Ramana Maharshi's essential question, who am I, to your particular situation in order to make it more experiential.
So it's a little bit of moving inside, moving with the flashlight inside.
It will start, yes, it starts, what was Ramana Maharshi's question, who am I, is the initial process of what he called Atma Vichara, which is usually translated as self-inquiry, or self-investigation, which involves, to begin with, some investigation into the nature of ourself, but very quickly this self-investigation gives way to self-abidance. The real meaning of the term Atma Vichara is self-abidance, self-remembering, self-resting, being aware of being aware, resting the mind in its source, in its essence. And it is in this self-resting that the qualities of awareness, the innate piece of awareness, begins to make its presence felt.
And is this then a question of time? Because I do this already a long time. I'm not actually questioning anymore to ask myself, who am I? I have a certain awareness of awareness, not always the same. Sometimes it's more present than other times. But then I'm asking myself, is it now just a matter of time to stay in this presence?
What is your experience when you rest the mind in awareness? What impact does that have on your mind?
Yeah, that's what I'm actually waiting for. It should get quiet, but it's I'm doing it already a long time, and it got definitely more quiet, but not yet still.
The mind doesn't have to become completely still. In fact, there's no such thing as a still mind. A still mind is no mind. You see, mind is the activity of awareness. That's all there is. In fact, there isn't a thing called a mind. The mind is simply the activity of awareness. The only entity present in mind is awareness or consciousness. So mind is the activity of consciousness. So when that activity comes to a rest or comes to an end, there is just pure consciousness remaining. It's no longer a silent mind, because the mind is not an entity, it is an activity. It is the activity of consciousness, the activity of thought and perception. But the point is not to have a still mind or a silent mind. The point is to have a mind, or you understand the context in which I use the term mind, is to have a mind that is infused with the inherent peace of awareness. In other words, to have the idea is for the activity of one's mind to be informed by the peace of awareness, the innate peace of awareness. So that the activities of the mind express the qualities of awareness, the qualities of peace, fulfillment, love.
I do not experience it during the meditation, but my life got more peaceful.
Your life is...
My life got more peaceful. It is not I didn't experience the immediate effect.
That's it. If your life is getting more peaceful, by definition, it must also be getting more happy. You can't have peace without that.
Yeah, that's no question.
Just keep on. You're on the right track.
Okay.
Because happiness is the test. It's the peace, because happiness is what you deeply want in life. I mean, do you want a silent mind, or do you want to be happy?
The last one.
I would go for the last one. Yeah.
And
I mean, it's nice to use your mind. It's nice for there to be activities, relationships. Don't hold a silent mind up as the goal. Happiness is the goal.
And a breakthrough, definitely a breakthrough was doing that what you just said about the feelings, facing the feelings, was a big breakthrough.
Yes, yeah. If this sense of peace and fulfillment is becoming more and more present in your life, that is the qualities of awareness beginning to infiltrate your mind. So your mind is beginning to be, awareness is not just in the background of your mind is beginning to be permeated by the qualities of awareness, its innate peace, its inherent fulfillment. And that is expressed in your life, in your activities and your relationships. You find your relationships become more intimate, more friendly, more loving.
So it can be a very slowly process to not to be to feel as a separate person.
Yes, it's in almost all cases it's a gradual reconditioning of the mind. The mind doesn't just change overnight. If you think of the mind as the conditioning of the mind as having many layers. And it's a reconditioning of all these layers of mind. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual colonization of the mind. And the mind is not just one thing, it's not just one dimension, it's multi-layered, and its conditioning has very deep roots, including feelings in the body. It takes time for these layers of conditioning to be exposed and permeated by the innate peace of awareness. It takes time.
And it's a blessing to have this time.
Yes, it is indeed, yes.
Thank you very much.
Even Nisargadatta, at the end of his life, somebody asked him about his experience, and he said, I just get happier and happier. Even his experience, his mind was continuing to be permeated by the innate peace of awareness. It's not just a kind of final thing, it happens overnight when you recognize your true nature. And recognizing our true nature is one thing, but then it takes time. In fact, it is an endless process. The mind and the body to be gradually transfigured in this understanding, gradually permeated all the layers of thought and feeling and their subsequent expression in our activities and relationships. It takes time for all these layers to be exposed and offered and gradually saturated in and permeated by the peace of awareness. It's an endless process. We can never say it comes to an end.
So you're not experiencing that on one time you feel that you reach your goal and then you let fall everything which has to do with seeking?
Yes, first the journey to God, and then the journey in God. so that the whole structure of our body-mind is progressively surrendered to God's infinite being. And as it is progressively surrendered, so it is increasingly permeated by the peace of God's infinite being.